Hey guys, and welcome back to Gold Rush, where I was... Oh, I'm in... I was like, wait, what vehicle am I actually in? I'm in my dump truck. Alright. Sorted. Oh, I'm losing frames again. Like, come on. Oh fuck, I pushed the wrong fucking button. Right. Okay, how we... We've got 62% in the buckets just now. Right. I do feel like this is so much faster than any of the other methods that we've done. We're actually just moving dirt. Whether or not it's getting me any more gold, or if there's like some sort of gold issue with doing stuff like this, but for actually moving dirt, it seems like it's by far the fastest. Can you just please empty the fuck out? Great, all that effort for 2%. Beautiful. Alright. It's really weird when there's no music. I find that in a lot of games when they do that. Like Factorio does it as well when there's like literally no music for no reason. It's like, what are you doing? Right. Yeah, I feel like regardless of where we are on the claim, this is always going to be the fastest. Don't beep your fucking horn like that, you piece of shit. Fucking hate that. Like, I wonder, like, is it just a British thing? Fuck, is it just a Scottish thing? I don't know, let me know, but, people that beep their horn, it's like, do, 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 do. It's like, no, don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Have you got a mobile phone, mate? Have you got a fucking phone in your pocket? If so, phone up your mate and be like, yo, that's me outside. Don't fucking beep your horn. Why? Because it's fucking ignorant and it's rude. Not only ignorant and rude to everyone around, but ignorant and rude to the person that you're fucking picking up. It's like, I'm here. Beep, 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 beep. No, fuck off. Teacher's an angry man. I'm not actually like, I'm a very tolerant person. Okay, I can hear the choruses of laughter from me saying that. No, I'm quite a tolerant person when it comes to things. It's like, well, I mean, I know that that person's been annoying, but like, they might have a reason, blah blah blah. But with shit like that, it's just like, you're just being a fucking yob. Stop it. Just fucking quit it, man. There's like no reason. It's like, even for a psychological standpoint, you can see, you know exactly what it is. The reason that someone beeps their horn like that is because they're trying to be like a lad, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, that's James outside with a fucking beeping his horn like that. Oh, typical no, you're just being a fucking twat, mate. Grow the fuck up. I don't have much time for people anymore. I don't know what it is. It's just people seem to be just intentionally pissing me off lately. I know, I think it's just like laddish behaviour, just annoys me. It's always annoyed me though, like I've never... I say that, I probably was a bit of a lad at one point, but... But yeah, it does bug me. It does bug me indeed. I definitely think I've changed a lot in the last, maybe like 2 years. Become quite a different person, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's quite interesting where you can look at yourself and notice a change in your, oh for fuck's sake, I need to change that. Notice a change in your front. Yeah, it's a front loader that I need to change. Right. Okay, customize. Yep. Front loader, blade up. Blade down. And I really don't care about going previous to next machine. Yay. Much better. Yeah, I definitely think I've changed an awful lot. I stopped caring about a lot of stuff that I used to care about, and not in a bad way, but more like I'm a lot sillier now, if that makes sense. Like, I'm a lot less serious. I used to get really, like, don't know, I used to be really overly serious about things, like, I don't know, like finding it hard to have a good time when you're doing things and just embrace that silly side of life. And I've definitely done that a lot more lately. It's like I used to find myself hating things. Like, don't get me wrong, I still fucking hate dabbing. But it's like, if you want to fucking dab, just go ahead, like, do what you want. Like, I don't care. If it doesn't affect me, I don't actually, it doesn't, if it doesn't affect me, it doesn't affect me. Okay, dabbing's probably a bad one, because I do dislike dabbing. But it's like, I don't know, it's like, things like, other YouTubers, for example, like, I used to be like, I fucking hate PewDiePie. And it's like, yeah, okay, I don't like his content. I think the guy's actually alright. Like, I've watched some stuff, and it's like, no, the guy seems to be, like, a decent guy. And it's like, well, why hate something? Why hate someone for doing something that you're just not into? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why hate anyone? To be honest with you, unless like they've fucking like stabbed your granny or something. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to hate people. You don't need to hate people. You don't need to hate things. So I feel like the world is just so fucking caught up in hating everything that they forget sometimes that there's actual human beings on the other side of that. It's like there's a couple of things that I do really fucking dislike. One of them's like laddish behavior, like, and I'm not even saying this, I'm using laddish as like a catch-all term here, because chicks do it as well, and it fucking bugs the life out of me. It's like that loudmouth, like brash, like I'm the center of attention type thing. It's like you go to a restaurant and it's that fucking, it's the table in the restaurant that are super fucking loud and super like over the top, and it's like, just fucking, like, you're putting that on, man. You ain't like that in real, you ain't like that, I would say, in real life, but you're not like that by yourself, so why you like that when you're with your friends? You're doing that just for appearances, and that's the only point. And I think it's, I think it comes down to like fakery, and fakery especially on YouTube, and you can tell when someone's being fake and they're being like overly excitable and stuff like that. It's like, just stop it, man. It's like, it's so obvious what you're doing, and it's so transparent that it's just disgusting. I think that's probably one of the only things that really annoys me, is fake people being fake when they don't need to be. The thing is, if everyone was just real, we would all get on so much better with each other. Because I can guarantee you, if you're that loud, yobbish type person, that you're like, oh, all my mates love me. Yeah, they don't. They don't. They complain about you behind your back. And like, I'm just gonna come out there and say it. If you're the argumentative one, the person that thinks that they're always right, or the and you're like, oh, all my mates, like, oh, they're fine with that. Nah, they probably get really pissed off with you. They probably like you, don't get me wrong, like, they probably still like you, but they're probably really annoyed by you. Just saying. Nobody likes someone who's always right. Even if you are, like, I quite often am right in things that I say. But that doesn't mean that people want to feel inferior in any way. That doesn't mean that people want it thrown down their throat. It's one of those things that's like, Stejo's tip for growing up. See if you've got one, like, this total minor, super minor social thing that you'll probably realise if you do it, if you're one of these types of people. I know, because I am. And I know a lot of useless information. I know a lot of useful information as well. But I know a lot of random shit. And see if someone's telling you a tidbit that they found out and they're super excited about. See, even if you fucking know it, just go with it. Just be like, oh shit, that's really interesting. Just feign ignorance. And I know I've just literally come off of saying don't be fake, but feign ignorance. Why? Because it makes people feel good. Alright? And if that person's your friend, make them feel good. Even if, like, and I'm not saying this as a, like, air of superiority. It's like, yeah, so, if you're the smart friend, then let your dumb friends feel good. No, that's not the point that I'm making. It's like, if someone finds something interesting and they're like, oh my god, I didn't know this, then don't make them feel like a fucking idiot by being like, yeah, how did you not know that? And the reason I say this is because I used to be that guy. I used to be the guy that was like, you didn't know that? And the problem with that is, it makes you look like you're a superior asshole. And nobody likes a superior asshole. They don't want to hang out with them. Right. So yeah, there's Stejo's life tips for today. Don't know if I have any other ones. It's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. That's another good one. Although, in fairness, there's some things that if you're going to be asking for forgiveness for after doing it, then judge whether or not you should do it in the first place. So there's things like, the reason I say that is, I've been recording some vlog stuff, and I'll probably be up this. The video will. Oh my god! Right, okay. I can't do this. My controls that I've made are so fucking unintuitive. Controller, and that's why I keep messing things up. Customize controller. Front loader. There we go. There we are. Yeah, so right bumper now goes up, and left bumper now goes down. Yeah, so I've been recording some vlogs, and one of the best pieces of advice I ever got about vlogging was that if you're ever worried about, oh, should I be recording in here, then what you do is you just fucking record, and then if someone says to you, okay, please stop recording, then you be nice and just be like, oh yeah, that's no problem. Easier to ask forgiveness than ask for permission, because if you spend your time going around and being like, do you mind if we record in here? I mean, unless you're doing something stupid like taking a drone and like flying around a shop or something. You should probably ask permission to do that. But if you're just recording, like, especially if you're just recording yourself, then it's like, don't ask for permission, because that's just going to cause hassle. Or even worse, they might ask you for money. And that's a no-go. Don't fucking give anyone any money. What else? What else actually makes me annoyed? What do I get angry at? I don't get angry at much anymore. I used to be quite an angry person, but not much anymore. Apart from the usual, like, people being intolerant and, like, apart from the yobbish behaviour. I get annoyed when people misrepresent the law, but I think that's to do with, like, you know, the law skill, the full law skill thing. Yeah, that pisses me off. It really pisses me off when people talk about, like, if they got groped in a nightclub or something, and they call that, sexual assault. That annoys me. That annoys the shit out of me. Yeah, I was just in a nightclub and this guy groped my bum. He sexually assaulted me. No, it's not sexual assault. It's like actually not sexual assault. I haven't looked at like specific state law, but I know that I know that federal law in the US defines sexual assault the same as it's defined in the UK, which means it requires penetration. Sorry if this isn't what you're fucking interested in listening to, but it requires penetration. So when someone says like, "Oh, I was sexually assaulted in a nightclub," it's like, okay, someone took you into the fucking toilets and like forcefully penetrated you. And also, like, that's the point. It has to be, there has to be like a modicum of like forcefulness about it, threatening, like there needs to be a threat made, or there needs to be like physical violence there, or there needs to be you need to be unable to give consent and stuff like that. Like there's a full, like if you're really interested in seeing like exactly what it's all about, then I implore you to actually have a look at the law, because there's so much misinformation out there, especially on things like Twitter. And that's one of the things that really annoys me about Twitter, is that people just go on there to be annoyed, even if they haven't looked at all the actual factors and what they're being annoyed at. And it gets really sad, because it's very frustrating, because these people will openly argue a point that they have no idea about, but there's no convincing them at all. Like, hell, I got blocked by a guy on Twitter for saying literally what I've just said there, because he was like, "Oh my god, do you even know what sexual assault is?" And he was saying that, and this was a guy saying that, oh, I need to go into the full statement, but basically Matt Damon came out in an interview recently, and he was actually asked, so he didn't just come out randomly and say this, he was actually asked about this, but he says that he feels like there's an outrage culture right now, which I agree with. I don't think I've ever agreed with Matt Damon more. But he says there's like this outrage culture at the moment where people are so quick to be outraged. Did my fucking thing get filled up? Process soil and gold paid loan. I don't think so. So what's going on with this then? I thought this got filled up every night. So yeah, Matt Damon was doing a thing where, unless maybe it, maybe it does. They plugged in or anything? Got a red thing. Oh, we'll drive a car over or something, so we can fill up for a bit. So yeah, he was saying that we live in this outrage culture where people are basically treating people who, for instance, have groped someone as the same as someone who's raped someone, and it's like we really need to differentiate between the two. And I agree with him. I feel like that is quite an issue that's happening right now, is that as soon as someone's accused of groping someone or like touching someone in a nightclub or something like that, or in a pub, then it's like all of a sudden they're a rapist, and it's like, oh, it's a bit fucking different. It's like, and using loaded terms like, oh, sexual assault, it's like, sexual assault's a fucking like major thing. The fuel tank's empty. Well, how the fuck do we fill it up? I have to. Oh, okay. Ah, okay, so I need to order it by using the door. Got you. Okay, let's go. At least now we know. Anyway, it was something I was wanting to do a video on and basically talk about, the differences and go through like the actual legalistic terms and be like, no, listen guys, stop what you're doing. Okay, I've just mounted my fucking truck. Ah, well, I suppose that's a good point to end the episode there. So as always, thanks a lot for watching. I've been Stujo, you've been awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Did I say Stujo? Stujo? I don't even know if I says my name right. Ugh.